Why the narcissist stops talking to you. Let's talk about it. Of course, there are reasons why the narcissist stops talking to you. And they do it because you're questioning and confronting them a lot. You don't really believe in their lies and illusions as much. You're no longer susceptible to their manipulation, which is one of the key things they look for in a target. Are you going to believe in them? Are you going to follow their narrative? Because that is what matters most to a narcissist. And of course, eventually, after they've been around you for a long amount of time, they are going to get bored. But that's not because of you. It's not because you're not entertaining. It's because of them, their own issues with being unable to be satisfied. You cannot make a narcissist happy. You cannot entertain them for long periods of time. They have an insatiable desire for distraction and entertainment from their source of supply. But every supply has an expiry date. And at some point, the supply will lose its potency. And that is when they have to find someone else. That's when they go looking for the new supply. Because they can feel it. You're no longer giving them that buzz anymore. You're no longer giving them that high. Of course, it initially starts out as love bombing. You're giving them attention. You're giving them admiration. You're giving them compliments and praise. And they love that in the beginning. But as time goes by, you start to figure them out. You may not even tell them, but they can sense it. They know that something has changed. They know that you don't buy into their BS anymore. And that is when they turn against you. That's when they want to bring you down. For everything that you saw wrong in them. And of course, narcissists do like negative attention as well. Some narcissists may even prefer it. But it gets to a point when you've been beaten down so much, you can't even feel it anymore. You're emotionally numb. And at that point, you're no use for the narcissist. Because what good is a supply that doesn't feel, that doesn't emotionally react? What good is that for a narcissist? They need your emotions. They need your reactions. But once they've pushed your buttons so many times, it gets to a point where you just don't feel anything anymore. And then that is when they just blame you even more. They say, you're like a robot. You're like a zombie. And in some ways, they may be right. You're not the same as you once were. But they don't accept that they were the cause of that. They pushed you down and kept you there to where you couldn't even be yourself anymore. You were so closed off. You became a recluse. It got to the point where all of those things that you were passionate about, all of those things that you really wanted to do, you didn't even care about any of that anymore. You just wanted to be left alone in peace. Didn't even give you that. They had to continually break you down until you were nothing but a shell of who you used to be. And then when that's all done, that's just mission completed to the narcissist. Their work is done. And then they move on and find a new project to do the same thing all over again. But you know, you should really see it as a blessing. They've awakened you to the reality of what a lot of people, not just narcissists, are like. Because yes, there are people out there who will exploit your naivety. People who will exploit your lack of knowledge and experience. Yes, there are people out there who will do that. So now that you've been through this, you're aware of that. And you can now do something about it to protect yourself. Let it be a lesson. They've just put it right in front of you. They've showed you who they really are. After they did all of these things to you, and then they just left you out in the cold. Many of us, when these things happen, we look at ourselves and think, why did I deserve to go through that? We think that it says something about us, but it doesn't. It says everything about them. It says everything about the people who did that to you. And let that be a reminder to you. Don't let yourself be defined by the abuse that you endured. Don't let yourself be defined by that. Because that's what the narcissist wants. When they stop talking to you, they hope that you're going to be alone and miserable. The only reason why they come back is just to see if you're still suffering. And they hope you are. Just let it be motivation for yourself. Because that should be everything that you don't want to be like. The way I see it is, you don't know what's good until you know what's bad. You don't know pleasure until you know pain. I mean, I know we all need that time to process these emotions, to understand what we've been through. But we can't stay down in the dumps forever. And that's why I try to make more positive videos now. Because I want to uplift you. I want to inspire you. I mean, I've been through a lot myself. But I'm getting to the point now where I can feel again. I'm getting to the point where I actually start to enjoy life. You see, when you're around these types of people, you just feel like life isn't even worth living. That's how it makes you feel. It makes you think, what's the point in my life if I'm always so miserable? But here's the thing. There is a point to your life. The problem is, it's the type of people you're surrounded with. That's what makes you miserable. That's why you may be depressed and you may feel like life isn't worth living. Because you're surrounded by people who are holding you down. And you may find that it's not even you that's miserable. It's the narcissist. And their negativity rubs off on you. It brings you down with them. You may still be with the narcissist. I understand that. Maybe you can't get away from them completely. But just get out into nature now and again. Listen to the birds singing in the trees. I can hear them right now. Go for a walk on the beach if you have a beach nearby. Spend time with animals. Get a pet. Get a cat or a dog. You see, the problem we have with these narcissists is that they teach us to zone in on little things. Things that are insignificant. Things that don't even matter. And then it brings you down. It makes you depressed. Because they've made your world so small. You don't realize that there's this big world out there where there's so many things going on. There's so much to do, so much to see, so many great, inspiring people to meet. It's when the narcissist does all of this stuff to you, and then just leaves you out in the cold, be thankful. Be grateful for that. Because now you have a space in your life for something better. Something that actually serves you instead of something that just tears you down. You are meant for more. You are meant for greater things. Don't ever let anyone tell you you're not. It's just, we place so much importance on people who are not important. Sometimes you just got to sit back and think, what is this abusive person even doing for me? Are they paying your bills? Are they actually making you happy? Do they even have your best interest in mind? What are they doing for you? And then you should realize that maybe they're not so important after all. And you can do without them. In fact, you'll find that life is so much better without them. But yeah, as I said, if you're feeling lonely, get a pet, get a cat or a dog. That really helped me. Many of you know I have a cat, and her name is Nala. I haven't seen her for a few months because she got stuck in Thailand. But that really changed my life. When I met my cat, I can't even describe what that did for me. It completely lifted my mood. Pets are your friends, and they're there for you even when no one else is. Your pet will never betray you. And if you can't get a pet, just go out to a lake. Spend time with the ducks or swans. Animals are amazing. They have really great energy. They're very unconditionally loving creatures. And just know that you're never alone. We have these communities here on YouTube. We're all here to support you. We all know what it's like to go through this. I've been through it myself. Yeah. So yeah, Don't stress too much when the narcissist stops talking to you. Trust me, they needed you more than you ever needed them. Just enjoying the sunshine out here. It's actually quite warm. And now I'm going to head to the gym, do some weights. Another thing you can do to distract yourself from these types of people. Anyway, that's all I've got to say for this message. I do hope that it has helped you. And as always, please give the video a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comment section. And click that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. And I will talk to you in another video very soon. Have a great day, everyone.